What's going on, 199 fans? It's your boy Music Nerd, and here I am with the matchup preview for Miami versus Florida State. Now, I could talk about the big numbers that are going on the game, the big discrepancies when it comes to it, but when it gets down to it, a game like this is not really about the discrepancy in the rankings. It doesn't matter that Miami's 7-0, it doesn't matter that Florida State's 1-6. A lot of people are going to be talking about those records this week. I myself, if any Florida State fan hates on me this week on Facebook or anything like that, I have been responding with the moniker 1-6 or October 26th. But that does not really go into with the matchup. Really, what it really comes down to, like I said, this is Miami versus Florida State. It's special. It's a special rivalry. It's up there as far as I'm concerned as some of the great ones: Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama, Auburn, Florida State. Look, this game used to decide the national championship for when I was coming up and watching football. This was a game that I always look forward to. I grew up hating Florida State because it's either that one, when I first started watching, they used to beat the crap out of us, and two, it gave me so much satisfaction to beat them. Now, I'm on this podcast saying I hate Notre Dame more now because I understand a lot more as an adult, but still that rivalry, that revelry that comes with it, that brotherhood that comes with that rivalry is still there, and I think that's what makes it so important. So that goes into the game. These kids have known each other since they were 4 or 5 playing Pop Warner against each other. You know, they're, and a lot of them in the same requirement class. A lot of them went to high school together, or a lot of them went to rival high schools, been playing against each other, playing with each other since, like I said, since they were 4 or 5. And then they end up going to either Miami or Florida State. Even some of those in the transfer portal came back. I mean, DJ Wagale and Damian Martinez were teammates last year at Oregon State. Now, DJ's probably not going to play in this game, but that's still a big part of it, you know, when it comes down to it. Yeah, I think Florida State is not as together of a team, and that's why they're having such these issues. But when it comes down to it, I guarantee you Norvell is going to have them up for this game because for them, this is the biggest game of the year. Miami, Florida State. It doesn't get any bigger. It does not get any more important than what's going on now, especially in the midst of their season. Like, basically, one more loss, they will not be going to a bowl game. So they're going to be desperate. So you got to watch that. So when it comes to 3 keys for this game, the first key is while you're going to have a lot of emotion going into this game, do not let it overtake you. Let it fuel you. Let it fuel. I'm sorry. Let it fuel you. Fuel your fire. And so it's controlled, but it's also part of the game. You can't get away from the fact that this is not Miami, Florida State. It's going to be talked about all week. Social media, the way that it goes, it's going to be talked about. We as fans are going to be talking crap to each other all week. I'm going to be in Tallahassee for a little bit, and then I'm going to be going down to Miami. It's going to be a lot of crap talking as we go into it. That's just part of the game. So you don't let it overwhelm you. Like I said, you let it guide you to what you want. That's one of the main keys. As far as in between the numbers, my main key is going to be like one of the main keys I had for the Louisville game last night. You have to dominate the line of scrimmage with the offensive line and defensive line. Our offensive line has got to basically step up again because Florida State actually has a very good defense, and the strength of it is that defensive line. So you're going to have to be as dominant as you were against Louisville. 200 yards rushing again. If you can do that, then you're going to have this game in the bag. Like, one thing that gets lost about this rivalry is that usually the team that runs the ball the best usually wins this rivalry. I guarantee if you go back 30 years, probably about 25 of them have been decided by the team who has run the ball the best. So if you win the line of scrimmage, you're going to win this game. And I think that goes the same for the vice versa. If Miami's defensive line is able to disrupt Florida State's offensive line, the thing is they don't run the ball well. And even when they're trying to generate offense, they usually try to do trick plays, so developing plays and using misdirection. If your defensive line is playing the way that it needs to, and you're able to blow that up, then you won't have that issue. So when it comes down to it, and then the third, like I said with Louisville, you have to play discipline on the back end, and I know that's hard. Miami's weakness right now in the defense is the back end defensive backs. We're really, really, really missing Damari Brown at the moment. And I heard that he had a slight limp. He's close to coming back, but it will be a while still. But you won't have him for this game, so this defensive backfield has got to play a lot better. Now, Florida State, when it comes to what they've been able to generate this season, has not put the world on fire. I don't think they've scored 20 points in a game yet this season. The game they won 14-9. So you can't let a team like that get hot against you. and and start getting the rhythm. I guarantee you Mike Norvell's going to have a good plan because he always has. He was able to take a struggling offense against us about 3 years ago and beat us. And in my opinion, when they had really no business scoring that many points against us. But when it comes down to it, Miami has got to just take care of business. That's really what it comes down to. You're the higher ranked team, and yes, this is a rivalry game. Like I said, you got to let it fuel you, but you cannot let it overtake you. You can't get into squabbles with Florida State. Like basically talking, you can't let anybody Jacoby George you. Unfortunately, as that's come, and now he's done a much better job this season. But you can't let what Cal was able to do. If you cannot let Florida State do it to it, because that's basically how Cal was able to even up their game. They got into Miami's face, started talking trash, started trying to get under their skin, and I think that's why they were able to create such a cushion. So when it comes down to it, too, you can't be playing from behind. Run the ball, get the lead, smack it up, and then force Florida State to try to beat you doing something they're not really good at is being offensive. So I mean, when it comes down to it, it's very simple. When it comes to the 3 steps, just don't let emotion fool you. Let it fuel you. Dominate the trenches, dominate the offensive line, defensive line, and 2, just be disciplined on defense. And I guarantee you, Miami will win this game going away by 2 or 3 touchdowns. So, y'all enjoy the week, enjoy Hate Week, enjoy FSU Week, enjoy Rivalry Week, however you call it. And so, shout out to my Canes fans, shout out even to my FSU fans. We're going to talk crap and we're going to have a lot of fun. So, we'll see y'all this week. Y'all be good. And also, we'll be showing a lot of things for you. Have a lot of special videos that we have this week. Give us a like, give us a subscribe if y'all can. We do appreciate all the love that we've been getting lately. I know it's been a little slower on the YouTube channels, but we do appreciate all the love that y'all been giving us on the Spotify and the Apple Music channels, guys. Thank y'all so much. We will see y'all soon. Peace.